Before we begin, this video is being brought to you by Aftershoot. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get so much flack for this. This isn't necessarily going to be an apology video, but I'm definitely going to have to eat a lot of my words today. If you are new to the channel, I posted a video about the R6 Mark II way back in the day when it came out, and essentially being unhappy with its existence, mainly for two reasons. The first of which was the timing. I had just gotten my second R6 a week prior, and I never saw it coming. Secondly, I thought that most of this camera could have been a firmware update, something that I still hold to be true, and to be honest, a lot of you out there agreed with me. I did, however, sit on the fence for a while and marinated all of the ways that I could benefit from an R6 Mark II, and after consideration carefully, I finally pulled the trigger on them. In this video, I'm going to get extremely specific about the reasons why I choose to do so as a photographer and videographer. Let's get into it. No juice. So good to be seen, and it's even better to see what's going on. Hope you're doing well. In case we're just now meeting for the first time, put it right there. My name is Francis, and I am a wedding photographer and videographer based out of sunny San Juan, Puerto Rico. I should start out by prefacing that this video is being filmed on an R6, and that, as you can see, I have just ordered my second body right there. Also, I just got myself the RF50 1.2. I will eventually be reviewing that, so if you want to catch that, you know what to do. By now, you probably watched at least a dozen videos on this cameras, ranging all the way from real-world usage to Gerald Undone. That's all fine and dandy because I'm late to the party, but today I wanted to provide some feedback as it pertains to someone in the wedding realm of our industry. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is this. The R6, the first iteration, was my dream camera. To me, it represents a wonderful balance between photo and video. Most of you who own an R6 really have no reason to upgrade because the changes are minor. But what if I told you they can play a major role in your wedding days? Since I hopefully have your attention, let's get into the first reason why I got the Mark II, and that's the photo video dial. By now, you should know that we can turn on the camera with our right hand since the on-off switch has been relocated. This allows for a new photo video switch to take its place, and it's one of the biggest reasons as to why I upgraded. Now, don't get me wrong, changing a few spots with my left hand wasn't that big of an issue, never has, never will be, but I have since then adopted a new mentality. Just humor me for a second. Let's say that for whatever reason, you only brought one videographer to the wedding. If you're in the industry, you'd know that you would have to share your couple with your videographer so that we can get hybrid coverage they requested. Once I am done doing my thing with photos, in comes my videographer to prompt the couple for the lovely A-roll you're eventually going to deliver. Now, using this switch, I can quickly go into video mode and immediately land on 4K 60 frames per second as not just B-roll, but a second angle of the same scene. Now, why is this huge for me? That's because I can now add a different vantage point as well as put together a more diverse and dynamic story when editing their wedding film. Imagine your videographer is pushing in and out 24 frames per second while you're either tilting or panning, or better yet, shooting a tight shot with a different lens. Having two different shots of the same action going on will provide a lot more flexibility and creativity in post, and that's undoubtedly going to wow your clientele. Reason number two for finally pulling the trigger on this bad boy is the fact that I can now set it on a Peak Design tripod, press record, and not have to worry about it stopping after a half hour. The disappearance of the recording limit is monumental when I want to capture long-standing shots of the ceremony or the wedding vows. Doing so in one sitting and having only one clip of those things is such a breath of fresh air and makes my post-processing workflow that much easier. Now, granted, You've got to make sure that you've got long-lasting, dependable SD cards that can take the hit of 4K video for long periods of time. Something you got to keep in mind, I personally use the Lexar 2000X. I've linked them below if you want to check them out. Conversely, since I now have the peace of mind that my static shot is taken care of, I can now back up my videographer with a second run and gun setup, either on a cage, a gimbal, or even handheld. She usually shoots on a C70 while also having an R6 of her own, and therefore giving me a lot of similarity within our Canon ecosystem. And finally, the third reason why I upgraded my R6s to the Mark II is because the autofocus just got stickier. Canon has always been at the forefront of the dual pixel autofocus game with their technology, and having the second iteration of it along with their new deep learning technology grants me the serenity of knowing that I'm never going to miss my brides walking down the aisle. Moreover, I've not once set my camera to continue shooting or burst modes because I honestly trust the AF to do what it's supposed to do. The last thing you want to do is miss that one frame from a couple's first look, have brides and grooms look blurry while jumping a broom, or miss a genuine and authentic shot that cannot be recreated. I hear this autofocus borrows the same technology from its big brother, the R3, considered the current flagship, so you know you're in good hands. Literally. Having such a great autofocusing system is inevitably going to render a lot more images in focus, which you'll have to sit through and call and edit. But lucky for you, Aftershoot exists, today's sponsor. In case you haven't heard, Aftershoot happens to be your one-stop shop for both culling and editing pictures. If you're a wedding photographer like myself, you know you come home to trim the fat and figure out which pictures are usable and deliverable. Aftershoot allows me to cull through thousands of pictures within minutes, and if that wasn't enough, you can also edit them shortly thereafter using a built-in profile or eventually teaching the artificial intelligence known as magical unicorns to learn your own. This is a game changer for us in volume shooters and is going to make a huge difference during your post-processing workflow. In case you want to check out a free trial, visit aftershoot.com, and if you decide for you, use the code below to save 10% off your purchase. Thank you to my new friends at Aftershoot for sponsoring today's video. So there you have it. That's my unique perspective on my R6 Mark IIs. What do you think? Is it going to go in your camera bag soon, or are you going to pass? Let me know in the comments, and if you do want to check out for yourself, I've also hooked you up with a link in the description if you want to go ahead and buy one today or this week or tomorrow. I hope you got a little value out of this video, and if you did, hey, stick that thumb you know where, and if you want to see more videos like this one, then feel free to hang around because I'd love to have you. Also, on the way out, leave video suggestions in the comments because this is a YouTube channel that I want you to control. My name is Francis, and catch you in the next one. Peace. Hey, I still hold true by what I said. I think this could have been a firmware update. The body wasn't necessarily needed. I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I think could have been a firmware update. I'm just saying. And I still got it. I'm just such a hypocrite. I honestly can't believe I got these cameras. I really don't. I mean, here I thought I was firm in my stance, but no, I had to pull the trigger, and not one, but two. I got two cameras. By the way, check these out. I had these custom made, 3D printed. How cool is that? Check it out. Custom made. How cool is that?